Hello everybody and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. Alpha 18.3 we're on. And we've done a fair bit on it before, and this is my server that I have, and we've decided to roll it back to completely wipe out the world, to start afresh. So I thought it'd be a good time to start a bit of a kind of day by day guide. Before we do start, you'll notice that the time of day and stuff like that may accelerate a lot quicker than what is usual. Bear in mind this is a multiplayer server, so there are a few people playing this server, not just myself. So bear that in mind. But other than that, we are going to attempt to do a day-to-day. Now, a couple of things to note before we do start. One of the things I suggest you do, especially if you're a new player, is to set your day to 90 minutes. So what that means is for every cycle of 24 hours, it'll take 90 minutes to actually go through. Then what I did was I set my 24-hour day time to 20 hours rather than 18. So that means we have 4 night hours and 20 day hours to actually decide on what we want to be doing. Now, the first thing we want to be doing, obviously, is gathering our plant fibers. Complete the missions because they give us experience points, and it'll also tell you the first few things you want to be doing. Grab a few extras there. So, once you've got that sorted, you want to press your escape button. And now they've given you little markers next to the things you actually want to be building. We'll be crafting that. It said escape, sorry, I'm at the tab button. Now, you want to avoid getting in any fights at this stage. And you notice that there's not many zombies around us. And they don't really spawn when you first start. Now, when you've created your bedroll, it will go into your normal inventory. You want to drop that into your bar. And you want to just place it round. Go. Left mouse button, as you saw there, rotates. Right mouse button places. That's a good one. Pick it back up, because you're going to need it later. First job done. So the next thing is gather your wood and gather your stone and make yourself a axe. If you haven't got enough plant fibers, remember you also need plant fibers as well. Now the easiest way is to gather the stone on the ground. You'll see them about. I can't actually see any in the nearby vicinity. Oh, there's a couple there. Just grab yourself a couple. Don't worry too much about grabbing loads, because once you've got your wood and you've got your wooden axe, your stone axe even, sorry, then you'll be able to do this a lot faster. So don't waste your time trying to collect loads. Get what you need. Craft your stone axe, which is highlighted again. That'll be in your inventory. Now, much faster, and you can get more stuff. Okay, next thing you want to be doing is crafting your plant fiber armor or clothing, whichever one you want to look at it. Press your tab button again. If you've collected enough plant fiber like I did, you should be able to just straight away build it, like I can. While that's building, you can continue gathering some wood. You're going to need plenty of wood, so while you can, gather it. Our next quest is complete. You want to now wear it. You click on it, you can press W to wear. And now it's going to tell you to craft a wooden club, because that's highlighted, so you can clearly see that's going to be the next job to do. You notice these quests are a little bit more finite. You know, they've tidied them up a little bit. You'd have to craft a million items to be able to do the one thing. What it does do is gives you a gathering tool and a weapon to keep yourself alive. Next thing you've got is the bow and arrow. So you need more small stones. You've got a couple of choices. You can find yourself more stone on the ground, like so. Oh dear. The garbage pile, that's the one I gathered. Or you can, well, we've got plenty anyway, but I say plenty, we've got one. Now you want to find yourself a feather, which is usually found in these little nests. Nests usually hover around the trees. Got some iron there. Not iron, sorry. Oh, the name's going right out of my head. Lead. That's the one I was talking about. That's the iron. Which also gives you stone, apparently. What we want, there we go, is to find a bird nest. Grab yourself a feather. Grab the eggs because you can eat them. And it's going to tell you to craft a primitive bow and a stone arrow. Both of them are very useful early game because you want to avoid trying to get yourself in any kind of fights. Make sure you get any garbage that's around. It's useful, it's got some stuff. The next thing it's going to ask you to do is gather wood frames to start your base. I tend to go a little overboard because I know what I'm going to be doing next. And that's obviously get myself somewhere secure for the evening. Normally the world starts at about 7 AM. However, someone was on for a couple of hours. So if you're on your standard settings, you're going to be running short on time pretty quick. And not only that, your food will also not last. If you've got more time during the day, you've got more time to gather stuff. And you're able to survive a lot easier. Try to avoid building right next to a road, or at least I do anyway. Just because I tend to find that the zombies tend to wander a little bit more. I'll add some needs repair. We've got a bit of coal there as well, which is good. So to repair an item, all you need to do is go back into your inventory, select the item again, and hit the A button to repair. The stone axe doesn't require a repair kit, it just requires equipment that you've got to repair it. Coal is useful, gather it while you can. As you can see, it takes a while to gather these little nodes, but these coal nodes are useful. But they will be useful anyway because you can obviously use them in furnaces and stuff like that. It's also in some of the recipes as well for, I think it's for gunpowder if I remember rightly, and a few other bits and bobs as well when it comes down the line. Now what you will notice is, now where that dropped, that also has a vein underneath it. So we know that coal's going to be underneath this. So we've got a good little coal spot here. As you can see, it just keeps going down and down and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build my base right next to that because that'll be useful to gather for us. Coal isn't as easy to get. So the next thing we want to be doing is wood frame blocks. So I'm going to be building 20 of these. Just to give myself my kind of layout. You only need one for the mission at hand. Place one down. Or if you're like me, you want to be placing a few down. 4, 5, 3. That's annoying. 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. There we go. And all I'm doing is I'm going to set myself up a little something here. Somewhere safe. I'm going to be wanting more of these, so we'll craft another 40 of them. Should have enough. Yes, we do. Excellent. And then it asks you to upgrade a wood frame block, which is just a right click of your axe, like so. You got a few levels you can upgrade these by. I shall show you the next level in a second when I get to the front one again. 2, and then the next one requires you to have cobblestone. So you can do it 2 levels. Wood frame block is absolutely terrible for taking damage, so make sure you always upgrade them once you're in a position where you know you want to be. Bear in mind you can't pick up wood frame blocks once you have upgraded them. Even if you break them down to a wood frame block, it's going to remain in position and you have to break it completely down. You'll not get it back again. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to set ourselves up a little something that's going to be safe for us at night. Make sure these, I like to put all these upgraded because then it just means light definitely doesn't get into them. And we don't need anything major, just somewhere basically where we can stay safe at night when we're not likely to get attacked by zombies. I tend to just do... Bear in mind, physics is a thing in this game, so if you build something in the middle of the air, it will just drop back down again, so make sure it is secured like this, where all the sides are attached and are secure. Otherwise, you're just going to lose whatever you've built. More often than not, it will also just destroy itself as well, so you'll end up losing it. Now, we're going to probably need some more wood here. Ooh, trash nearby. Always gather your trash. Try and keep yourself underneath your limit here to start off with, because when you're over encumbered, you don't have to go slow. Which, when the zombies do appear after, I think it's a few hours, game time that is, they'll be able to outrun you, or at least they'll make it hard work for you. There is a knack to attacking zombies, which I will go through as we get closer towards the time. But right now we want to avoid getting ourselves involved with zombies. You're not going to take many hits from a zombie, and more often than not you'll get a poison problem, an infection problem, so then you end up having to try and get some honey to remove the infection, which then takes time away from what you need to be doing. Right now what you need to be doing is having somewhere safe to plonk your head when it becomes night time. Zombies run at night, so you don't want to be stuck out at night. A lot of people have been asking me, well, what do you do at night time? What I tend to do for the first couple of nights is I tend to just leave it, let it knock off the night, and then get yourself back in during the day, doing what you need to be doing, gathering and stuff like that. If you have got it on the 90-day cycle like I have, then you tend to have a little bit more time to do a few more things, which tends to allow you to be able to do a few things at night. And what I tend to do at night is I'll build myself a bit of a mine shaft or something like that, because I'll have enough for tools to keep me going. Obviously your basic tools are absolutely terrible, but you know, you've got to start somewhere, unfortunately. I'll just get these nicely upgraded. And I've not done the campfire thing just yet, because what I want to do is I want to actually put my campfire inside. Oh, I can only craft 11 of them. Need some more wood. Keeping an eye out on... Oh, item needs repair the item. Keep an eye out for the zombies. They can just randomly appear and they can wander as well. You can do this, moving around, checking the local area. Obviously make sure your sound is on. If your sound's on, you'll be able to hear them, no problems. And you just want to get yourself as much wood as you can. The first real kind of part of the day is just really gathering. Gather as much as you can. You're going to need some stone as well. Obviously we haven't gathered much stone just yet, but you want to find yourself a bit of stone. As a matter of fact, I think we've got a bit of stone actually. Yeah, we've got 22 small stone for now. Nowhere near enough for what we want to be doing, but it will make do for now. Okay, we can get inside, in and out, excellent. Right, next thing we want to be doing is just getting these upgraded and then placing down our bedroll that we picked back up. And then we want to make ourselves a little doorway. I'm not going to pick that out just yet. What I will do is I will place my bedroll down. Just here. Like so. When it lets me, there we go. Bedroll is down. That gives us a spawn spot. And then when I come to the night time, I will be digging my way down. So can we build tools? We've got a shovel. Need one of them. So then I want to go out and I just want to gather myself some plant fibres. We're going to need them for repairing our tools. You don't need too many, just a handful will be absolutely fine. Like so. If you spot yourself a bird nest, always grab your bird nest because the feathers come in handy, especially for arrows. If you've got arrows, they make for killing zombies a little bit easier. This world is set to medium difficulty, so if you want to make sure you can survive a little bit easier, just keep it on easy settings. Don't need to worry too much. Come across stones, grab them if you can because they're useful to have. But we want to dig ourselves a few more stones out, so I'm just going to hit this a few times until we've gathered some more stones. That way we have enough to keep us going. And then hopefully we can get through the night without too much problems. Obviously it gives us something to do at night as well, where we can actually, you know, make some tools, some weapons, some arrows, stuff like that. So just dig this down. This should break another time and then it'll clear. I tend to just at least do the whole amount. At this stage we haven't got a massive requirement for the stone, but we will be needing it. That item needs a repair. So the start of this is very, very slow, but once you start getting into things, you'll find that you'll be able to go through the night doing your normal stuff without worrying too much, as long as you keep yourself indoors. We have done it where we have wandered out at night, and it can be interesting. The other useful thing as well is now that the bedroll is down, you get a... Oh, he's not scared of me. Means he will probably attack me if I hit him. We probably won't take many hits from that. Oh no, he's buggered off now. Okay, so... Tight. The next thing we want to be doing is getting our campfire. I tend to do a chest as well. And then we want a door as well. So we've got our campfire, which is for our quest. Just place that in the corner there. Okay, good job, survivor. You've proved to be capable, etc., etc. And then it's going to tell you you need a trader. The next job is to journey to the settlement, which will give you the location of the trader. Very useful because there are things we can do with the trader, which I tend to do on day 2. Don't need just yet. Need these two here. I like to make sure my door is on the outside, like so. We now have a door for our little hut, which means we should be fairly secure. Now what I tend to do is I will mark where I'm going to dig here. So I'm going to want to be digging this area here. So I usually dig it out a couple of times just during the day, because obviously when you're at ground level and at night, this sound will travel much faster. So I tend to just dig myself down a couple of holes, like so. I'm just gonna... Oh, don't want to be in it. Right. We should be able to get ourselves back out if I drop the level down slightly. Oh, there we go, like so. Okay, and then I'd like to make it a little bit tidier, so I'll just dig this back piece off here. Like so. Place a block in there. This is just titivating to make it look good. Right, now what I want to do is I want some ladders, so I will... Oh, that's not what I wanted. So I want to make myself some ladders. Easy enough to just search for ladders, is typing in there, ladders. I want to realistically dig 15 down, I think. That will be enough for our first night. Oh, we can upgrade our door. That'll do absolutely fine. Right, so we've now used up most of our wood. And we've not got too much stone. We've got less than 100 stone. We've got a few bits and bobs around from picking up out of the garbage and drops as well off the trees, the seeds for the trees, so we can plant new trees. What I tend to do now for the next couple of in-game hours is just grind away at some wood. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to save you the hassle of watching me just digging trees at this slow pace, and I'm going to speed it up a little bit so that you can hopefully see the better parts rather than just watching me eat trees. I'll see you all shortly. Welcome back, everybody. So you'll notice there I slowed it down slightly as you've just witnessed our first death. Now, as I mentioned, the zombies are a lot harder to kill, as are the bloody wildlife in this. For some reason, everything seems to take a lot longer to kill. A lot more arrows. I put nearly 10 arrows in that thing, and it still ran around eating us alive. You'll also notice that the bleeding effect is a lot worse, and the healing is very different as well. And where you hit the hit markers and stuff like that, it's a lot harder. See, he's hitting me a lot closer. This is why you want to avoid getting in any fights. And if you can, just kind of kite them around like so. Wait for them to hit them back. Oh. Still gets hit on me. And as you can see, I feel like the hitbox system is slightly off. But you get a chance and then hit them a few more times while they're down. There we go, he's down. Obviously they still provide you with good XP, so it is worth killing them if you can, if you're confident that you can kill them. Otherwise, just avoid them altogether if you can. There's quite a lot of garbage around here, so I'm just going to have a loot around here. Now, the reason why I showed you the pig, but I wasn't too worried, is because now Alpha 18 is slightly different with food. Whereas before you wanted to kill the animals for the food, they were very useful. Not so much now, because when you cook it, it still gives you food poisoning, which isn't ideal when you're trying to survive in this. It takes a lot more points to get rid of that than what you're going to be able to get in any time soon. So, as you saw from my example, it isn't really worth it. You may as well risk getting into a house with the arrows that you've got, trying to get yourself some tinned food, because tinned food doesn't give you any food poisoning. Now, you'll also notice as well, I was hit by the crawling zombie, which gave me infection. I died, so therefore the infection was removed. Had I not died, then that infection would still be with me, and I'd have to then get some sort of remedy for it within the 7 days, otherwise it would have killed me as well. So there are things in this game that's going to kill you quite quickly. It can be quite frustrating when you first start off because, you know, it's kind of like, well, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? Like, how do I survive? Do what I'm doing here. Gather yourself some resources. Don't worry about the wildlife. You don't need them. You know, the example that I showed you is not worth the fight. Especially when you've got hardly any armor whatsoever. Normally if you're playing single player it would drop your backpack, but for some reason no matter what I do to the server it seems to not drop the backpack. Is that a deer? No, that's not a deer, that's a dog by the looks of it. I can't tell. Come on, I'm not quite sure what that is. I think it's a deer. Or a doe, whatever you want to call it. But we'll avoid that. So now I've got no arrows because I launched them all into that boar. I need to go around looking for some more. Oh. Not useful at the present moment. But it will be useful at a later stage. We've got a fairly decent position here for resources, which is good for us. What I want to try and do is I just want to try and get myself some ammo because I want to go into one of them houses there for 2 reasons. One is because it'll have some loot, and 2, that's probably going to be where we spend our first horde night. And that in the middle of the open, gather resources. Oh, very nice iron fire axe. That will be very handy for us right now. Very useful stuff. No food yet, but still very useful. We've got a wrench, excellent, and we've got some seed as well. Again, seeded stuff like this isn't really useful for us because it still gives you the poison, and we're now encumbered. However, the encumbering system is slightly different now. It's a little bit more forgiving until you completely ram yourself full, and then you just got no room whatsoever for anything. Oh, there's a zombie somewhere. There's the boar. I think that's a different boar. So that zombie will stop following us after a while. We're in daytime still, so there's no issues. He can't keep chasing us around. We're eating more stamina because we are slightly over encumbered, but I'm not worried too much. It's not a massive deal. I think that's the one. Oh no, that's that one. Just looking around for what we can gather here. I'm not really seeing much more. There's a few houses around that we need to be looking at. Keep an eye out for any of the nests so I can get. I need some more ammo, and this is what you're going to need to do. We've got plenty of wood now to keep us going for now. We've got a bit of stone. More garbage here. More seeds. That's a dog. Avoid the dogs, they hurt. Oh. The zombies do run, by the way, during the daytime. They don't run as a general rule, but if you start hitting them, they can start running at you, and that just causes a world of problems. Things like that, they're just a pain to kill. Oh, bird nest. Get that bird nest because it gives me ammo. A bird nest there. Sounds like there's 2 of them there. Just keeping an eye out for the bird nests. I think I walked over one there. They're a bit hard to see, especially in this ground, but it is worth looking for them. That was just a stone. Yeah. Worth looking for them because they do provide you with good early game ammo. Just keeping an eye out, like so. I think we've got a few now, so we'll do us for now. 28 arrows. It's not a great amount, Some iron there. So we'll head back to our bedding, and as we head towards that direction, we'll keep an eye out for any more nests like so. Not seeing many more. There's one in there. Okay, I think that'll be it for around here. Now they respawn in 3 days. I think it's either 3 or 7 days. I'm not entirely sure which one is the default. To double check on that, if you check my guide on gameplay settings, it will tell you what the default is. But we've got it set to 3 days. Now where's my... I did not put my chest down. I'm going to put my chest down here. Secure chest. We're just going to place the things that we really don't need at the moment. Things that we're not going to use at all. Not going to use any of these. We'll keep all of the glass jar just in case we do find some water. You'll also notice, if you haven't played this since the last update, you'll notice that a lot of the imagery has been redone. I think they've done a fantastic job on these icons. Got the iron pickaxe there. If you press that little button there, it'll just put it all in some sort of order. So 6:30 now. If you're playing normal hours, you haven't changed the settings, then I strongly suggest you stick to nearby your area at this time, because you're not going to get much time to get to and fro places. It's worth playing the settings where it's only a 90-day, and it's also set to 20 hours of daytime. We're going to have a gander in here. Now this one's a pretty secure one. That's probably not the best one to start off with. Now you can irritate them by walking around, and they might start smashing the place up, which is useful for you because it means you gain entry a little bit easier. I'm going to repair that there. I'm going to get that out there. We're going to reload the arrows. I'm just going to break in here. Now while you're doing stuff like this, just keep an eye out around you. They tend to wake up without... There you go. See how he was moving a bit faster there? They do it. Now let's take him out and we'll continue with our hunting. Try and be precise with your shots. You've got more chance of gaining your arrows back. He's wandering around. Also be wary of where you're backing into, like so. Had I continued there, I would have more than likely... Oh, I think I've got another one anyway. Ouch. We're bleeding. It is, to be fair, a good tactic to usually keep that on your box, but your toolbar. But well, I want to gather my arrows that I've just lost. There we go. Oh, I missed her. Oh, you see she's starting to run. Be wary of that. I think if you hit them again, they tend to stop running. Keep it busy. There we go. Got the arrows. Right. Let's get in here. Now, when you walk into here, the likelihood is you're not going to have zombies in sight. They'll probably drop down on you if they're in here. It actually looks rather empty. Good for us. Random noose. Like he hung himself. We're just gonna get into all this stuff, see what we can find. Sometimes there's useful things. Make sure you check up here as well. Sometimes there's crates up here. But in here it actually looks like there's absolutely nothing. So this is a bit of a no-go, this one. So we're going to attempt to go into the house. Now there was a way of getting on the window from this side, I think. Keep aware of your surroundings when you're doing this, because the last thing you want is to have a zombie coming up behind you. As I say, you've got another 40 minutes now if you're on the standard gameplay, so you want to be starting thinking about going back this time of day. We've got a couple of hours. So, one thing to note, if you're in stealth mode, like so, you spot yourself a zombie, you can do sneak damage. Like so. And you don't want to be staying in there. If you stay in there, he's going to corner you and you're going to have some problems. Also here, he's not dead yet. And some of the zombies may wake up as well. There we go. Just keep an eye out behind you. That pig's around. No other zombies appeared. You got a choice now. You can clear the whole house, and you can risk getting back in time, or you can just take what you can get, keeping an eye out, making sure that nobody appears behind you. Gather what we can. I'm not looking at what I've got just yet. I'll do that once I've looted everything and got myself out into a safe location. Coffee maker here. No, nothing on that. Trash cans. Sometimes they contain good stuff. Now I'm going to break into here. Still got a little bit more time. Okay. Food pile, excellent. Oh, plenty of food there. Okay. While you're in here doing this, a zombie could come up behind you quite easily. So you want to get in and out while you can. Don't worry about what you've got just yet. Now, we've got a couple of hours. And I could go around emptying this entire house, but realistically I'm not going to, because I'm not going to have time. I'm going to end up getting myself stuck in here for the night, and we haven't cleared the building. Another thing to point, watch the floor. The floor can break away. And it's hard to tell which floor it's going to be. There is a slight difference, and I can't see it on this one, so I think we're safe on that one. See, going down there, that's just going to take us ages to clear. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head back now. We've got a lot of stuff, we're over encumbered, so we're going to be using more of our energy. And it is almost night time. It's close enough to be able to just crack on with my night operation. That's exactly what I'm going to do now. Is I'm going to make my way back nice and safe, nice and early. And we're going to have a look at what we've got. I'm going to eat some food, increase our stamina. Gonna make sure our area is clear around us, so there's no zombies like literally on our doorstep, and we're gonna hunker down for the night. And that's where we're going to end this episode, because I think we've done a lot for our day one. You've seen the effects of the new animals, or should I say how the animals operate now. Oh, we got a zombie there. We don't want a zombie hovering around us. Because... oh, looks like a mini wandering horde. They will smash your stuff down, obviously, at night. And they cause more damage. So they're going to end up giving you some right problems. That's an empty bird nest. So try and clear them while it's daytime. Oh, she started running. Okay, let's take you out. Oh, there we go. Apparently you didn't hit then. Oh, apparently you went right through. You can see we're firing through our arrows. Oh, item needs a repair. Excellent. We're going to have to beat them to death. No. We'll worry about our repairs once we got ourselves nice and secure. You notice that's took almost an hour of in-game time just to clear. So, now we can straighten ourselves out. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to just get rid of the things... oh. Get rid of the things that I don't want. And obviously continue with the things that I do want. Just going to get them in there. I'm going to eat all the food that I have, especially the purse, because that gives us water as well. To be fair, I'm going to keep that at that. So we'll keep some of them safe. Vitamins. I didn't need to use them, but it's okay. I've done it now. We got 12 bottled water as well. Excellent. So now we can look at what we want to be doing. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be digging down there. So I'm going to get my ladders out, replace that with my bow, and I'm going to make myself a little mine shaft down here, like so. Goes down. That's all I'm going to do now for the evening, is just dig myself down a little mine shaft, and this is just going to give me some resources to use. There we go, we're down in that section there. Now obviously we're still using primitive tools, so it's going to take a while, but I mean, we got all night to do this, so I'm not really too worried. So that's going to be it for this night. This day. So hopefully you've had an insight on the day one. If you've got any comments or questions or whatever, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll see some of you back for day 2 and further on. The day 2 is just going to be more or less pretty much the same. You know, going around some more of the buildings, getting to the trader, doing some of the missions that the trader has. Day 2 is where it starts getting a little bit more interesting, where you'll probably find some stuff that you can use as well. New tools and stuff like that. So stick around for that. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know, as I say, in the comments section. Otherwise, I'll see you all on the next episode. Until then, take care for now. Bye bye for now.